Everything that mattered week 5 in fantasy football is doing a deep dive into Bengals Lions for this one. Jared Goff had another very solid game with only 23 pass attempts, one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL, but the lack of volume will limit him in fantasy. Also, Bengals are a joke of a defense. David Montgomery actually had more snaps than Jahmyr Gibbs in this game, which is why I rated Gibbs as more of a mid to low tier RB1 and then first overall guy preseason like most experts had him. This is still amazing, don't get me wrong, he saved his game with a solid receiving touchdown. But that limits his upside. Montgomery is great in these kind of games when he's going against a team like the Bengals, but in tougher matchups, he's almost unplayable. Amon-Ra St. Brown remains a top 4 wide receiver in the NFL just because this is the floor. Him getting no touchdowns, 100 yards in a game where they don't throw that much. Every single guy that I talked about, by the way, is rated on my site, fansports.com. I rank all the players in the NFL, update my rankings every single day, trying to make the best fantasy football rankings on the whole internet. Fair warning though, my rankings differ from most experts' rankings. I think it's what's allowed me to win 36% of my leagues over the last 20 plus years, is being a little bit of a contrarian. Plus, my philosophy is more about underreacting rather than freaking out every single week, and also valuing volume and consistency. It won't be this year, but at some point, Isaac Tesla will be a solid wide receiver in fantasy. I'm tempted to upgrade Sam Laporta into my top 10 tight ends. I have him just slightly outside of that, actually, but he will have games like this, and he'll have games like Jameson Williams had, where he gets 1 catch, 1 target for 9 yards. The Lions have too many weapons for you to count on any of them besides Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs on a weekly basis. Jake Browning had one of the worst real-life but solid fantasy games that I've seen in a while. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. If you're in a Yahoo league, go and pick up Green Bay defense right now because they get the Bengals next week, and this is the best offense to go against for your fantasy defense. Browning still has value, especially going against a high-octane offense like the Lions, something that's going to be a shootout where he gets a lot of attempts. He will be able to make some plays. There's nothing more criminalizing to fantasy experts than all the downgrades to Jamarrchase that have happened just 3 weeks into the season, 4 weeks into the season. It was crazy. I put Puka Nacua above him, but no one else. This guy was all-time last year, and he showed again this week that he can do this with Jake Browning, just like he did week 2. Remember, all my rankings at fansports.com. I've been a Chase Brown apologist this season because he has a friendlier schedule coming up, and I thought he had a very secure role here, but the truth is he had basically equal snap share to Samaj P. If you got balls of steel, hold him or buy low, though, because there still is the opportunity for him to be a league winner later in the year when the Bengals offense gets more momentum and has a friendlier schedule. I'm going to say that P. Ryan just got all those carries and snaps because of the game script with them trailing by so much. T. Higgins remains majorly downgraded in my rankings just because history shows that Jake Browning is not the type of quarterback who can get him the ball the way Joe Burrow did. He's a guy who will get sub 50 yards and maybe a touchdown some weeks, but this is like a wide receiver 30 to 40 range, not something you want to start. I actually like the emergence of Andre Iosivas in this game. He's been solid in the past, and he is more of that check down receiver that this offense needs. They were playing him as much as Chase and T. Higgins. Not the worst deep league pickup, honestly, for some weeks, if it's a bye week fill-in. It's super late. I've recorded like 10 of these videos. My wife and daughter are sleeping. I want to go join them. Thank you guys so much for spending a couple of valuable minutes of your day with me. Check out fansports.com. Really appreciate you all. Stay learning. Peace.